Hi, beautiful. Hope you're having a lovely day. I wanted to come on today and talk to you guys about how to really find your life's purpose, or maybe how to find direction in your life if you're not really sure what you want to do, and especially what you want to manifest. So I think getting really clear on what we want to manifest is really important because it helps us align all the different things in our life into kind of one main goal or game plan. And for myself, I noticed a lot of my life, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, which I don't think is a wrong thing, because until you try stuff, you don't really know what you like and what you don't really like. But one thing that was a real game changer for me was when I sat down and I listed out every single thing that I would love to have in my life, that I would love to have just be my daily routine. And I'm not talking like, there's so much to it. Like, I would write things like, I want to see the sunrise. I would love to have a cup of tea. I would love to be able to be having a cat or a dog or an animal around me. Going through all the details of what you would like a day, and then what you would also like on your fun days or things that you would incorporate into your life. So maybe like waking up without an alarm clock. Maybe you like the structure of like having only an 8 till 5 or 8 to 3, and then you don't have to worry about anything else. You have like a steady paycheck. Everyone's different and everyone likes different things. And it's really important to get to all those little details of what your most ideal day is. I also would write everything like, I enjoy nature, I enjoy growing things, I enjoy cooking, but I don't like cooking everything. Like, there's certain, like getting really clear on the specifics of what you want in your day, what you actually really enjoy doing. Sometimes we've kind of lost track of that, and I know for myself, I went through kind of a limbo when I was a teenager where I like watched a lot of TV, and I had kind of formed my mindset of what the ideal life was for me, and that I should be married by like 20 and have kids by like 23. I had all these weird predefined ideas of what the ideal lifestyle would look, but it wasn't truly based on like what I would like to still be doing in my life. And it wasn't until I realized, oh wow, like a lot of this has been programmed into me with what I think other people would expect of me, that I really started to break down and be like, oh, I don't actually want to wake up with an alarm clock. I still want to work, I still want to create, but I would love to be able to do it on my own time, my own schedule, and that kind of stuff. So I think it's really helpful to list everything that you would like, because there might not be like, oh, I for sure want to be a plumber, or I for sure want to be a firefighter because I love helping people. Like, you might not know your exact career, your exact path, or the way that you're going to make money. But when you can list all the little details of your life down on paper, you might be able to find a career or start thinking outside the box of a profession that, oh, I can actually accomplish a few of these things. And yeah, sure, maybe like being a web designer or being a certain career isn't ideal, but maybe the web designer allows you to have flexibility. It allows you to have design. You could do a few things, and then you're still gonna have tons of time for your hobbies or your hiking or your outdoors stuff. Maybe you write down all this stuff and you're like, I think I'd just like to be a dog walker because I just love animals. I like being outside. I like flexibility of something like that. Like, you don't really know until you can actually see all your hobbies, all your passions, all the little details in front of you, till you can start thinking about, oh, and say maybe you want to be a doctor. This is an example from one of my friends. She really, really, really wanted to be a doctor. And then she told me, she's like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm stuck working at this pub, and I just really wanted to be a doctor. I like blood and I like healing. Like, I like the anatomy and biology, but like, I'm not smart enough. I didn't do well enough in school. And I was like, okay, like, would you want to go back and do school? And she's like, I just don't think I can do it. and I wasn't smart enough. And I was like, okay, well, maybe doctor isn't the best if it's that hard. But I was like, why wouldn't you like to be like a, you know, first aid responder or a paramedic or an EMT, or like maybe even work in a morgue and like work with bodies or something like that? And she was like, I never even thought of that. Like, that's so crazy. But it was just something, she just had her mind set on the doctor thing. And then when it didn't happen, she was kind of crushed. And then, so I was like, oh, this is cool. I kind of opened something up for her. She thought about it. But then later, she actually ended up going to vet school because she realized she loves animals almost more than people. And she has such a huge passion for her pets and animals. And so she went in to be a veterinarian. She is a full vet actually in the UK now. And she loves her job and she loves school, and she was so happy that she thought of something else, that where she got to work with like healing and anatomy and biology and all these things. And it wasn't as much school. You didn't have to have that high of grades. And she's doing her dream job now because she kind of started to think outside the box. And it's actually probably more fitting for her because she loves animals so much more. And these are the little things that I think you need to pay attention to, of what your soul's really saying, and listen to the voices that maybe aren't yours, because a lot of this is influenced where maybe we think. Another example, my friend had money for school. His parents were both teachers, so he had basically like this education fund set up, but he was like a pro snowboarder. He was training to be in the Olympics for BMX racing. He did all these outdoorsy, sportsy things, and he really, really loved art. And he's like, I just don't see myself going to school to get a degree, because it's not like I don't want to do political science. I don't want to do English. I don't want to be any of these professions. And then he really started to be interested in tattoos, and he got all these tattoos. And I was like, you should be a tattoo artist. Like, you do amazing. But he had like all this like guilt because his parents had saved all his money, and if they didn't use it, then it would just be wasted. And I was like, well, why don't you go to art school and get a degree? Makes your parents happy. You're gonna learn a ton of cool art stuff. You like art. And you can take that art and you can be applying your tattoo ideas in school, and you can be thinking about tattooing in the back of your head through like art school. And needless to say, he finished 4-year degree program of art school, got the degree, free education. And while he was going to art school, he was basically apprenticing to be a tattoo artist and teaching himself all the techniques that you would do for art for tattoos. And because he had this art background, I feel like he was like super motivated to keep working on projects and to keep like going and realizing it's all progression and learning. And now he has his own tattoo shop, and he's like doing amazing, loving his career. And so I think that you just have to really, sometimes we're taught and trained or programmed a bit by school, from education, that there's a one-way route to getting to a career. But like now with YouTube, with all the online courses, with so much information and knowledge, a lot of this stuff we can teach ourselves. We can like go at least and look into what we would be required to do these things. And there's just so many options for people to be living out their dreams. And I hate hearing how, I guess like a lot of people are bummed that the economy's kind of down and it's so hard to get ahead in this world, and how do you make money? But like, I don't see it like that. Like, there's so many options for us, and I feel like you're really on the brink of just like expanding into your fullest potential. And there's a huge shift going on in the earth where people are waking up to really knowing that they don't want to do things that their heart isn't into, or that it doesn't, like maybe they do something that's kind of just meh, it's okay, but then they still get to do their hobbies. Like, people aren't going to be sacrificing to be working and miserable anymore. I feel like the baby boomers, that was a generation where it was all after the war, and it was all about like getting material things and working really hard, but not really being that happy, and just so that you could retire and have things. And it was kind of more of a material time. I really feel like the world's going through this transformation of minimalism and getting back to the roots of what actually makes us feel happy as human connection, as art forms of dance, expression, you know, diving into our truest callings. And we're at a pivotal time where we really can jump in and learn all these things. And you're never too old. If that's something you've been telling yourself, if you're 60, you're 70, you're never too old to learn something new. Sorry, my video cut out on me. But you're never too old to go back and to learn something new, to take an online course, to start a new hobby, to find that joy of whatever it is that's calling you. I just want you to know that you've got this. You are magnificent in everything that you set your mind to. And if something feels hard and is an obstacle or challenge, just get back up and keep pushing, keep going, because you will overcome whatever you want if your passion and your love for it is stronger. And I just really believe that we're all here and we have divine support. Well, it's getting really bright. We have divine support really backing us in what we love and where our heart is at. And you don't have to be doing a job that doesn't feel right with your soul. There's so much stuff out there for you that's waiting for you. And you are such a beautiful human being and are deserving to feel happy and love and joy in all the things that you're tackling. And if you're worried about financial support and money, just remember that God and the angels and the universe and everything good is backing you in what you're doing. And really, you just have to allow the fear to subside and try to not have doubt set in and just trust and believe in the process, because for whatever you ask for, it is yours, it will be given to you. And you are so worthy to manifest all your dreams. The more clear you can get on it and the more knowing in your heart, the more you're going to build momentum of passion and joy for this thing. And it's really going to come through for you in such a beautiful way. And things will just unfold and you're going to be amazed at how things really are easy when you have joy and excitement backing you. But I really think the first thing is just getting clear on what those joys and those passions, and you might have to look to your childhood, because sometimes, I forgot to say this, but sometimes we get derailed and we kind of have times in our life where we are programmed into someone else's joy or someone else's expectations. So really think about what you loved as a child, if it was playing outside a lot, or if it was art or reading, or like, you know, maybe acting or playing. Yeah, that's all I wanted to come on and say. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Give me a like if you like it, or subscribe. I wish you all the best and good luck. Bye.